Get off my fucking TV, especially Eva Marie. All you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And this is the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes. Right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script. Episode 134, part number 3 for your Sunday Backlash 2016 Sunday, man. Thank you guys so much. Before I get into the fucking video, I want to make mention of this because I know there were goons in the comment section yesterday. I even posted a comment. I want to formally apologize for not using the right layout for Off The Script yesterday for part 2. Obviously, there were goons in the comment section. Oh, JD, where's the Off The Script layout, man? What happened, man? What happened, man? When you record fucking back-to-back-to-back-to-back fucking podcasts and videos like I do, you make mistakes here and there, okay? As long as the fucking video's uploaded, as long as the fucking sound is right and it's in sync, and everything is formulated the right way and tagged and titled and monetized and this, I don't give a shit, man. As long as you see me, as long as you hear me, everything is good to go. So for the people who are complaining about one little hiccup, really, grow a pair and fucking shut the fuck up, alright? Seriously. Anyway, you're lucky I'm getting videos out there for you guys, and I got you in mind, first and foremost, before I actually get in my car and drive down to Atlantic City. That's what I was worried about. Before I even fucking got in my car and went down there, I was worried about you guys, so just keep it at that, alright? Don't worry about the layout. The layout's fixed now for part 3, alright? We're going to keep this short and sweet today, guys. I'm not going to do, I don't know, I usually say this and I end up going fucking 50 minutes anyway. I'm going to keep this, try to at least, keep it short. I will give you guys a part 4 tomorrow because there is recurring news. And then obviously with Backlash happening tonight, maybe we'll dive into that a little bit. But we're going to keep it short and sweet today. I'm going to probably go over about 3 stories max on today's video. And then obviously tonight you got the Backlash preview, not preview, the preview and predictions was Friday's show. We got the review and results tonight, official review and results right here on my channel, so make sure you guys tune in right here, and we'll give you all you need to know about Backlash tonight, live on the WWE Network. Is it going to suck? Is it going to fucking exceed expectations, which are 0 right now? 0 expectations for fucking Backlash. I have no expectations going into Backlash today, because there's no build for Backlash. How could I be excited when there's no build, McMahon? Huh? Or McMahon? You fucking clown. Anyway, let's get on with the fucking bullshit. You guys know the deal. Not going to go over it extensively. Patreon.com if you guys want to pledge. Thank you guys so much for pledging. It's patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys don't want to do that, the t-shirts are available. Barbershop window. All you got to do is go to the homepage, type in Off The Script. We are an official partner. Get your Eva Marie t-shirt, your Roman Reigns t-shirt, Big Show t-shirt, the Four Goons t-shirt. Get Off My TV is hot, and it's still on fire, man. Get Off My TV, Barbershop window, $19.99. If you guys don't like that, Goon City and the original gray Off The Script logo shirt, $19.99, ship worldwide. WrestleRumble.com. Get your picks in, man. You got till about 7 p.m., which is the pre-show for Backlash. 7 p.m., Enter the pool, WrestleRumble.com. First prize is $500 cash. Put your knowledge to the test and have some fucking fun during a miserable pay-per-view that has no storyline build whatsoever, so you might as well win some fucking money on top of that. WrestleRumble.com if you guys want to win some money tonight during Backlash. Those guys are great. They support the podcast 100%. I love those guys over at WrestleRumble. WrestleCrate.com. Use the coupon code JD sent me. Instant 10% off. Loot Crate presents WWE Slam Crate. If you guys are interested in that, use the code down below. Go to the website that I provided down below and then use the code JD from NY. 10% off your bi-monthly subscription of Loot Crate and WWE Slam Crate. That is going to be shipping in October, so make sure you guys take advantage of that and save yourself some money. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Same thing, JD from NY206. Thank you guys so much for all of that. Let's get into the news today, and I'm going to start off with a few minor stories here. Major babyface run coming for Seth Rollins. So, many people have already said that Seth Rollins would be a natural babyface for WWE. Don't know why they didn't do it when he came out to attack Roman Reigns when he first reappeared after injury. I don't understand it. He got a standing ovation. People were fucking hyped to see him. He came out on Monday Night Raw the same night, and he got the same type of reaction. And then WWE scripts a promo for him in which he goes full-blown heel. Nothing changed. His look, his moveset, ability to work a crowd would make him a perfect face for the company. It was a testament to Rollins' ability as a performer that he could go the other way and be a top heel for the past 2 years, but it looks like WWE will be finally pulling the trigger on a face run for Seth Rollins. It wasn't by choice. Between Finn Balor going down, Triple H returning, and Kevin Owens becoming the new WWE Champion of the Universe, it's the most logical thing for WWE to do with Rollins as a character. According to a rumor from CageSideSeats.com, there are plans for Rollins to be the first challenger for Owens, which was made official on Monday Night Raw for the Universal Championship at Clash of Champions later this month. It's unclear if WWE will be keeping the title on Owens or letting Rollins take it from him. There are a lot of people expecting Rollins versus Triple H before the year is out, but that match may be saved for WrestleMania 33. We are going to know a lot more about the future of Rollins' character after Raw this coming week and the weeks to follow leading into Clash of the Champions. Now, I will say this. Tomorrow's story and Off the Script, there are ridiculous rumors going around that Kevin Owens is actually going to be dropping the Universal Championship to Seth Rollins at Clash of the Champions. And I don't understand why you would take the title off Kevin Owens so soon. I mean, it's going to make the Universal title look like a fucking joke. It's already, left Finn Balor's hands. And he didn't want that to happen. It was a freak injury that happened at SummerSlam, so he was champion for about 24 hours. And then they crowned the new champion the week after that, and Kevin Owens now is the longest reigning Universal Champion going to be coming up on 2 weeks now. So why the fuck would you take the title off of him after people exploded with happiness about him finally winning and getting his top spot in the company, which is rightfully deserved, only to give it back to Seth Rollins? Rollins doesn't need the championship. Rollins doesn't need the championship at all. I would rather a great story be built around Rollins becoming a babyface. And we talked about this many times before. Look at what's happening on SmackDown. Look at Dean Ambrose's character. Look how fucking stale it is. Look how ridiculous Dean Ambrose is. Dean Ambrose could use a complete fucking reset. And we discussed this on Wednesday when me and Joe went live on Out of Nowhere. Ambrose is fucking ridiculous as a babyface. He really is. He needs to be tweaked. He needs something else to happen to get him out of the current funk he's in. So that would make Rollins turning babyface. Roman Reigns, by WWE's choice, not by ours, is still somewhat a babyface. I mean, he's labeled as a babyface, but, he comes out on Monday Night Raw. You think this guy's the biggest fucking heel in the industry. But according to WWE and the fucking cocksuckers over there in Stamford, he's still a babyface. And Dean Ambrose obviously is a babyface. Now, when all of them were in the Shield, their roles were perfect. Rollins was the architect. He was the voice. Ambrose had those dark moments in which he said a few things, made sense of everything in his sick and twisted, demented mind. And then it went over to Roman Reigns, who was pretty much the Kevin Nash, the Diesel of the Shield. Said a few things, looked intimidating, sounded tough. He got the point across in one fucking sentence, and that's all he needed. I think the WWE needs to go back to that and get everybody kind of realigned and figure out what kind of roles these guys need to play. Rollins would be great. Being that he's a babyface, he can still be that leader, the architect in the Shield. Dean Ambrose can go back to being, you know, the guy who plays somewhat of a leader role, but is a little bit more direct and dark and twisted with his delivery. Roman Reigns, it might actually get him over as a babyface the way WWE wants. What I'm saying is, if all of them are going to be babyface, a great way to get everybody involved with one another and have a great interpromotional feud here is with somehow weaving Triple H's hatred for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and have that bleed over into SmackDown, start attacking Dean Ambrose, maybe cost Dean Ambrose the WWE Championship, maybe have Dean Ambrose get enough frustration in him to make his way over to Monday Night Raw and start fucking actually showing us what type of lunatic he really is. All I'm saying is something needs to change. Something major needs to happen. You're not going to turn Seth Rollins babyface and, okay, he's babyface. Something needs to happen to the point where he turns babyface and something big happens, to the point where Triple H is using his power and using it to the point of abuse, to the point where Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose come together and form the Shield. This is the greatest opportunity they got right now. If they don't do it, the ship is gonna sail and it's never gonna be seen again. I know I've been advocating for the Shield to come back, but right now, you know, all three guys, they're not really doing anything. Rollins is not going to be challenging for the WWE Universal title. Roman Reigns is not going to be in the championship picture, right? He's fucking in a mid-card feud with Rusev. Dean Ambrose, his character is absolutely fucking nauseating right now. Nauseating. The guy's a fucking joke. The guy's the WWE champion, cracking jokes and fucking pouring sugar in people's coffee, and he's bouncing fucking AJ Styles on the top rope like he's on a fucking trampoline, right? Give me a break. Give me a break. All three guys, I don't know what's going on with all three guys, but they really need to seriously look at what they're doing with these three guys and get them back on the same page. They are not what they should be on WWE programming. When they were in the Shield, they were great. And in the end of all this, Reigns needs to be heel, Rollins needs to be babyface, and Ambrose needs to be heel. And we discussed this already. If you're going on the SmackDown side, I think the roles need to be reversed. Nobody gives a fuck about Bray Wyatt in his current way right now. The Eater of Worlds, the face of fear, right? He's a god. Meanwhile, the god, or a self-proclaimed god, has lost 30% of his matches in WWE. 70% lost. That's a god? I think Bray Wyatt needs a complete turnaround. They need to turn him babyface. Dean Ambrose needs to be a heel. Dean Ambrose needs to be a heel more than anybody right now. You know? And that's surprising coming out of my mouth. Roman needs to be heel. We've known that for months now. For years. But right now, as far as character goes, Dean Ambrose needs to fucking shed this cheesy bullshit and this lax attitude and this fucking childlike mentality. He needs to be a heel. Ambrose needs to be a heel. So I don't know what needs to happen. They got a few different ways to work around it. But I would love to see the Shield ultimately come back and then have them pretty much hit a reset on all three guys and really start delivering attitudes and personalities with these guys like we need to see. Because right now, I'm not for any of them, except for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has always been consistent. Reigns, they haven't done him right in years. Ambrose, I don't know where they're going with Ambrose. When he was fighting for the mid-card Intercontinental title, when he was going against Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, Ambrose was okay. He was passable. But now as WWE Champion, it's a fucking joke. It is a joke character for Dean Ambrose. And everybody's like, oh, where's the character he played in the Indies? What happened there? You know? That's what he needs to go back to. And he needs to play a villain on TV. This babyface, cheesy, fucking cracking jokes and, you know, lighthearted attitude, it's not Dean Ambrose's mentality. Not at all. So, all three guys in the Shield need to hit a major reset as their personalities and characters go. That's just my opinion. But Seth Rollins making a babyface run, it makes sense. It should have happened months ago after Extreme Rules. But WWE continued to not listen to their fans and push Roman Reigns as a babyface and wanted Seth Rollins as a heel. So hopefully they do the right thing here. They did the right thing with the Usos. Now hopefully that bleeds on over into Monday Night Raw and we get some type of logic going on over there on the red brand. As far as Seth Rollins' opponent for SummerSlam, Finn Balor, he could be out of action for 6 to 8 months. In light of Finn Balor's injury, the door of opportunity flew open for Kevin Owens to become the WWE Universal Champion last week on Raw. It's the positive swing of Finn Balor's injury that someone else worthy got the opportunity, but the negative swing is that Balor's recovery continues to increase, or his recovery time, I should say, continues to increase. The latest update on Balor's status was that his injury could force him to miss WrestleMania 33, despite the fact that it is so far away from the present day. But that just proves the severity of the injury. According to some new information from CageSideSeats.com, Balor's optimistic about being out of action for about 6 months, which could put him back on WWE programming by February. However, those reports are claiming that the potential for him to be out of action for 7 to 8 months is still likely, which will force him to miss WrestleMania. It seems that a return at the Royal Rumble is extremely doubtful for Balor, which I probably wouldn't want anyway, because if he is going to make a return for the Royal Rumble, it's just going to be predictable, and they're going to have him win it, and I don't want them to go that route. Every time the Royal Rumble comes around, it's always some type of predictable scenario. Let me go into a Royal Rumble and not know who's going to win. We all knew Triple H was going to win, and what happened? Triple H won. We all knew Roman Reigns was going to win, and what happened? Roman Reigns won. Seriously, give me an unpredictable fucking... Holy shit, I didn't expect that finish at the Royal Rumble. If Balor comes back, I would rather have it happen after the Royal Rumble. Please. So that's doubtful anyway, but the opportunity and the possibility is still there. But it's still very early in his recovery process. The amount of time he is out will have to do with his hard work and some luck. Now, there will be setbacks. There could be setbacks. I'm not saying that I want there to be setbacks, but the possibility is there. I mean, look at Hideo Itami. He was out, slated to be out 6 to 8 months, and he was out for a year and a half. So there could be setbacks. I hope Finn Balor is not the same case, and I hope he makes a speedy recovery so that he is at WrestleMania, because this is what he's worked for. This is what they called him up for. They called him up to be the face of Raw, the face of the company, and they gave him the Rocket Pack, and they pushed him to the Universal Championship. And I honestly want to see him culminate this entire frustration. I want to see him culminate this entire setback with him getting the title back at WrestleMania. That's what they're working for, and I hope we see it happen. But I will keep you guys updated on his status. 6 to 8 months is the prognosis, but it could be longer. So we'll have to wait and see. As long as it's not by the Royal Rumble, I would rather have it happen after the Royal Rumble. NXT officials giving up on Andrade, Cien, Almas, Mr. Strippergram himself. There was a lot of hype surrounding the debut of Andrade, Cien, Almas in NXT earlier this year. The former La Sombra, I think there's a typo here in the fucking article I'm reading. Fucking clowns. For CMLL, and the other promotions seem to be the next big thing for NXT. Apparently, most NXT officials were very high on him and the work he was going to do in NXT, but it hasn't worked out as planned, and his character is very bland despite solid in-ring work. At NXT TakeOver The End, Almas debuted and got a victory over Ty Dillinger, which was probably a mistake because people were absolutely in love with Ty Dillinger. You know? Ty Dillinger is the perfect 10. And I hope to see him get a huge push in 2017, Mr. Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10. And he was the unanimous favorite in that match. And NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, he was put over. He was put in a match, I should say, with Bobby Roode during his big debut match, and he lost to Bobby Roode. In a little over 2 months, Almas went from being the next big thing in NXT to putting over Bobby Roode, who was quickly on his way to becoming the next big thing himself in NXT. According to a report from DailyDDT.com, NXT officials may be giving up on Almas, and some feel that his opportunity to succeed has passed him by already. The problem is that Almas is getting a strong reaction, then Dillinger or Roode seems very unlikely, especially when Cien doesn't offer a strong connection with the WWE audience. So, I know I've made mention, maybe put this guy in the Cruiserweight division, but some of you guys made mention that he does come in at 215 pounds, and the fact that, you know, the Cruiserweights have a limit of 205. But listen, you know, who's to say WWE can't alter the rules just a little bit when they make the main roster debut, you know? They could easily bump that up from 205 to 215 to appease Almas. Maybe that's where he needs to be. Maybe he needs to go back to that masked character, you know? And maybe people will, I don't know, be attracted to him a little bit more. They would relate to him a little bit more, because all I know is the guy was coming out with a fucking top hat, and he was coming out dressed as Mr. Strippergram, like he was going to fucking star in a movie with Kevin Nash there, that fucking stripper movie. What the fuck is that, Magic Mike, right? Looks like this guy's gonna pop out of a fucking cake at a bachelorette party. Give me a break. How can anyone take him seriously when he comes out in white overalls and a fucking top hat? I don't know whether he's a stripper or he's fucking auditioning for Savio Vega's Los Boricuas stable. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on with Cien Almas, but this guy came in with huge fanfare, promos leading up to his debut. And when he seen him, everybody's collective reaction was like, this is it? This is who you've been hyping up for 4 weeks now? Guy comes out in white overalls and a top hat? Is he gonna pull a rabbit out of his fucking hat? What's going on here? Cien Almas. Give me a break. Putting him against Ty Dillinger was probably a fucking mistake anyway. Ty Dillinger's more over than probably anybody in NXT right now. And that's saying something. You got, you know, I wouldn't go that far. But you got Nakamura, you got Bobby Roode. Ty Dillinger's in the top 3. Easy. Easy. So, putting him against Ty Dillinger was probably a terrible mistake. And then you put Almas against Bobby Roode. You're setting this guy up for failure. The people making the matches set this guy up for failure already. You put him against Ty Dillinger, and then you're going to put him against Bobby Roode. Who the fuck is going to... who's going to cheer? And who's going to be appreciative of Cien Almas after you fucking concoct this beautiful fucking introduction for Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn? Who the fuck is going to care about Almas after watching that intro? Nobody. Nobody. You set this guy up for failure. But listen, he's got all the talent in the world, but his character, his speaking ability, his English, it's not going to get over. It's not going to get over. Especially with what he's been doing right now. He's one of those situations which is a little fucked up. He's honestly come in at the wrong fucking time. And that's not even his fault. Nobody expected Ty Dillinger to be as over as he is, and it's just getting hotter and hotter for Ty Dillinger. And they're going to be pushing him till NXT Toronto because he's from Canada. So obviously he's going to have a major role in that. Bobby Roode. Who the fuck expected Bobby Roode to come into NXT and have this monumental fucking introduction? Guy's fucking more over than anybody. He's only wrestled 1 match. So Cien Almas is one of those guys that's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hopefully it turns around for him. Maybe they can make room for him in the Cruiserweight division. Maybe. But that's probably the only thing I got right now for him. Other than that, I don't know what you do with him. You scrap the character altogether? You go back to the drawing board, make up a new character for him? I don't know. Put a mask back on him? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Cien Almas. What do they got to do to make him at least connect with the crowd? Because right now, there's zero. Just like there's zero build for fucking Backlash going into tonight's pay-per-view. What else we got here? I don't know what we got here. I think we'll save some of these for tomorrow. The main thing I want to talk about here is, speaking of the Cruiserweights, you know, I'm so numb from all the bullshit that's going on with the brand split, man. I'm just throwing my hands up in the air. I really don't care. There's rumors going around that SmackDown Live is going to get their own Cruiserweight division. And I've said this, listen, I don't mind that. If you're going to add more talent to SmackDown, the better. Because they could certainly use it. If you're going to add another facet to their show that is going to only enhance their live television program on Tuesdays and then enhance their brand-exclusive pay-per-views, I am all for it. I don't want to see this division hampered down by title after title after title. I don't want to see more titles added, because the more titles you add, the less prestige that they have, because you just have too many. There's an oversaturation of titles already, and this was one of the things that I was very, very adamant about and negative about going into the brand split. Okay, but there are rumors going around that SmackDown Live is going to get their own Cruiserweight division. So WWE Raw has been showing off the fact that they will be getting the wonderful Cruiserweight division when it hits the main roster. The Cruiserweight Classic has become such a hit since day one that WWE felt compelled to bring the division back, and it excited everybody. This is a different breed of cruiserweights, man. This is not the shit that we're going to be seeing from the Monday Night War days, WCW Nitro. WWE dabbled with fucking cruiserweights. They had Tajiri and Billy Kidman and Takamichi Noku and Scotty 2 Hotty, Brian Christopher. This is a different breed of cruiserweights, man. This is legit fucking quality fucking stuff. So everybody's excited. The real harm was that it would only go to one brand. Raw has spent a lot of time rubbing that in by telling us weekly that they were coming right after the CWC ended. This is going to be cool to see, but it left SmackDown Live without a great Cruiserweight division of their own. Some assume the company might bring back the Light Heavyweight title, but it does appear that Raw may not be the only one with smaller wrestlers competing on their roster. According to Daily Wrestling News, the WWE Chairman Vince McMahon is pushing for both Raw and SmackDown Live to have the same number of champions. This is being done to keep both brands even, and even meaning competitive, rather than one brand having something that the other does not have. It makes total sense that McMahon would want that, as he has clearly already presented such thoughts with SmackDown already. Now, I will say this, before I move on with this article. You know, WWE Raw is, and they've presented it this way, man. Wrestling on Monday Night Raw is not important. We know that. They are not afraid to admit that, and they are not afraid to show that at all. It is more of an entertainment show. It's wrestlers who rather entertain, or a company that rather have its wrestlers entertain than fucking wrestle. And I don't like that. That's why I'd rather watch SmackDown, even though it's still fucking terrible. I'd rather watch SmackDown, because you got more wrestling than a 3-hour show on a 2-hour show. You got more Ronaldo, who is great at calling wrestling, and it's more of a laid-back, easy-to-watch show with the 2-hour format. And now, with the Cruiserweights hopefully coming over to SmackDown, it's going to add another asset to that brand that is so desperately needed. This is why we love the Cruiserweight Classic so much. There's no bullshit, man. There's story underneath the wrestling. Simple concept. That's why we enjoy NXT. There's story underneath the wrestling. On Monday Night Raw, it's entertainment, cheesy, campy comedy, trying to make you laugh, and then wrestling. On top of that, you got the authority figures who make themselves out to be more important than the actual in-ring product. So what is Monday Night Raw really? It's 3 hours of self-exploiting egos who rather get themselves over than the talent in the ring, and they're rather entertained by cheesy, campy comedy written by WWE creative to appease Vince McMahon and his humor than getting the wrestlers over. I mean, does anybody argue the fact at what I'm saying here? No. I didn't think so. But SmackDown, if they're going to get a Cruiserweight division, they're going to be the ones to do it right. I am fucking petrified, terrified, scared out of my fucking skin over the fact that these Cruiserweights, you got Cedric Alexander, TJ Perkins, you got Brian Kendrick, Tajiri, right? Who's to say Kota Ibushi doesn't go to Monday Night Raw? Is Monday Night Raw going to treat these guys with the level of respect that the CWC has bestowed upon them? We've seen these guys treated in such a light that they are the most talented fucking wrestlers on the planet. Is Monday Night Raw going to do that? Is Vince McMahon going to do that? Is Michael Cole going to do that? Is Kevin Dunn going to appreciate these guys? Or is he going to say, oh, these vanilla midgets, they can't even lace up a pair of boots. Where's the muscles? Look at these guys. Nobody wants to see a fucking acrobatic show. Really? I don't know, Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn. What would you rather see? Kota Ibushi delivering a 5-star match every single fucking week? Or would you rather see fucking Gallows and Anderson stand amongst 3 fucking goons dressed as the New Day, calling themselves the Old Day, while I sit on my couch with my arms crossed, right? Not laughing at all. What would you rather see on Monday Night Raw? As the ratings tank? Yeah. Fucking clown. The answer is quite simple. Get removed from your position. Snap some fucking sense into Vince McMahon and the fucking people that write this fucking garbage. And treat the Cruiserweights like they were treated on the CWC. If I see one instance of any fucking bullshit happening with the Cruiserweights, fucking 3-minute matches, 2-minute matches, then before you know it, there might not even be a fucking Cruiserweight match on Monday Night Raw from week to week. I'm going off. Absolutely going off. Continuing on with this fucking story, being that I got all that out now. The brand will be crowning a new women's and tag team champion at Backlash, SmackDown, this Sunday, tonight, which will even them up with Raw's champions before the Cruiserweights come to the show. DWN reported that the Raw crew already has names decided on their side, and most came from the CWC. Now, if they take most of the talent from the second round on, you got 16 men, 8 and 8, okay? You know, Sean Maluta from the first round was great. Daivari in the first round was great. You got guys like Tony Nese. You got guys like Rich Swann, who's fucking fantastic. You got Cedric Alexander on Raw. Rich Swann could fit perfectly on SmackDown. You know? You got TJ Perkins on Raw. You could put, Tozawa's going to be on Raw as well. I've seen him in the coming attractions in the promo from Monday Night Raw. You know? You can put the gentleman there, Jack Gallagher, on SmackDown. He'd fit perfect right over there. Daniel Bryan loves him. Why wouldn't Daniel Bryan draft him to fucking SmackDown? Can you imagine Jack Gallagher on Monday Night Raw? The fucking casual fucking goons in the crowd would be like, who's this guy? Why is his mustache so red? Why is his tights so colorful? They won't know what the fuck is going on. At all. You know? Drew Gulak would fit perfect on SmackDown. You know? Zack Sabre Jr. would fit perfect on SmackDown. I don't think he's signing, though. You guys get the point. Gran Metalik would fit perfect on SmackDown. You know? What was that other guy? I forgot that guy's name. The other masked guy, man. I forgot his name. He was fucking great. You know? They gotta evenly split the rosters. It's possible. They need to really sit down and disperse this talent evenly. You don't want to fucking overload Raw, because they're already overloaded with the fucking main roster. Give SmackDown a fucking bone. You know? I understand they want the bigger stars on Monday Night Raw, but don't hog everybody from the Cruiserweights and put all the fucking more notable names on Raw and then just leave SmackDown with people that are like, they're okay. They need someone that's going to pop off the fucking television if they're going to do this Cruiserweight division on SmackDown. So, most of the names have been decided. We have seen the random names pop up weekly with each member from the show that appears WWE will be bringing to Monday Night Raw. Like I said, Kendrick, Tozawa, Perkins, and Cedric Alexander. So, many more we will see in the coming weeks. This is in addition to the people who already fit the role on the main roster, like Neville, Zayn, and others. Now, I don't want to see them specifically fighting only in the Cruiserweight division. You can probably put them in there and give us classic matches on Monday Night Raw, which I don't mind every now and then. But I want Zayn in the main event. Neville, I would like to see challenging for a U.S. title. They're worth more than that, because if you put those guys strictly in the Cruiserweight division, the perception is, you know, they're Cruiserweights and they're challenging for the Cruiserweight title, but they're too small to be challenging for a WWE Championship or a Universal Championship. I don't want to bestow that upon Sami Zayn and Neville, because they're worth so much more than that, to me anyway. You know? Neville was a fucking NXT champion. Sami Zayn was an NXT champion. If they're NXT champions, that means that they're being bred for a main roster main event championship. Just makes sense to me. With that being said, if every star that has been seen in the last few weeks in the Raw showing of the Cruiserweights, they would be bringing in far too many people. Right now, without the main roster guys, even in the discussion, the company has confirmed about 12 people. Add in the stars of the main roster, and you have a division that is deep, but too stacked. This is why SmackDown Live and their crew getting a Cruiserweight division is by no means far-fetched in the slightest. So if we're taking all of this into account, it actually does make sense. While Raw is already decided, SmackDown would get second picks in it, which is by no means a bad thing, considering SmackDown has done a lot with their lesser roster in the last number of weeks. I wouldn't go that far, but they're utilizing most of their talent on their roster for the 2-hour show. More so than Monday Night Raw, because there's still people on Monday Night Raw since the draft that we have not seen. In addition to this, there are many within WWE who feel skeptical about the new Cruiserweight division. The rumor going around, according to DWN, is that Vince McMahon may not want to keep the division for too long, but there is a lot of hope that Triple H will be able to keep the division alive. Here we go. Here we go. What did I just tell you? If you don't think this is good for your show, you are out of fucking touch, my friend. That is all I'm going to say about that. That is it. Fuck what you think. Take a look at the Cruiserweight Classic and tell me that does not fit perfectly on Monday Night Raw. You gotta start molding your main event shows, your main roster shows, into something that we're seeing on the network. Enough of this old era bullshit. Please. I'm fucking sick to my stomach over the fact that, oh, it's not gonna fit on Monday Night Raw. Why? Why? Get rid of the fucking bullshit you're doing now. The 1-minute Strowman matches, the fucking old day, and all these campy, cheesy fucking comedies, and give me fucking wrestling. What do we watch Monday Night Raw for? To be fucking entertained by fucking comedy? No! 3 hours. I want to see at least 2 hours of wrestling. Normally when we watch Monday Night Raw, it's 45 minutes of wrestling and 2.5 hours of commercial. Fucking bullshit. So, this, of course, as long as it does well, it'll stick around. If they give us an amazing match each week, it makes sense to think that WWE would not want to cut the division when they have some amazing material already weekly with the Cruiserweight Classic. Seems obvious that Monday Night Raw does not need many names for their division, especially with guys already on the roster to fit within that division. Their roster is already too big with many people not getting time on the show already, even after the brand split on a weekly basis. Another division only crowds things, especially if they have several new stars added to the program on this weekly basis. If they split the stars up between the brands, it would make more than enough sense to see. WWE could always go with Shane McMahon pulling a swerve and telling the world that he was able to convince his father that another Cruiserweight division would be useful to the SmackDown brand as well. As commissioner, he has the right to make a division if he so desires. It would be moronic to see Shane, a man of the people, to ignore the fact that the fans want to see a similar division on the blue brand. This is especially true if he really wants to compete. Raw is touting that they are the only ones with Cruiserweights, so SmackDown being able to shock them by adding their own division would be interesting to see. Even if they have to go under another name, it would still be fun to go about this situation. The question is, when will SmackDown go for this? Is it rumored that we could still see it happen within the next month or two, but not too long after Raw gets their own? That being said, it could be quick as well. With Vince McMahon wanting to keep things even, don't be surprised to see something pop up sooner rather than later. So you guys, let me know what you think about that. I think it's great. They just got to add the right talent to each brand to make it work, but having this on Monday Night Raw and then thinking that it might not be successful, I mean, what the fuck do you want on your show? I mean, look at your show now. It's fucking absolutely miserable. The shows are fucking god-awful. I mean, adding this would actually give us something to look forward to every week. And we don't have that on Monday Night Raw. We have nothing to look forward to on Monday Night Raw on a week-to-week basis. Adding the Cruiserweights will add something that we can genuinely say, you know what? I can't wait to see that next week. That's all I need to know. And that's all I need to feel as a WWE fan. Thank you guys so much for Off the Script this weekend. Hope you enjoyed everything. If you guys are listening on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, all I ask of you is to leave a 5-star rating on iTunes. If you're listening on Podbean, leave a rating on there as well. Leave me a comment. Follow me on there. Automatic notifications both on iTunes and Podbean if you guys follow. Google Play Music, Audio Boom, and Stitcher Radio as well. Available everywhere all weekend for you guys, all week long. Take me with you. Whether you're at class, work, on the bus, on the train, in the office, being bored at work, and you don't want to hear your fucking fat, old, decrepit boss yell at you anymore. I got you covered, man. Just listen to me. I'll calm you down. So thank you guys for that if you're listening on the audio podcast side of things. If you guys are on YouTube watching me and listening to me, hit that thumbs up, man. I greatly appreciate everything you guys did. We got Backlash tonight. Obviously, YouTube will be the home for the official review. It will go live the next day on iTunes and all other platforms, so make sure you guys check out for that. Check the description for WrestleCrate, WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate, WrestleRumble.com. Follow me on Twitter at JD206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And please, check out the online shop for Barbershop Window. Get your official merchandise today. BarbershopWindow.com, the official partner of Off the Script. Get off my TV. Get your merchandise today. $19.99. They ship worldwide. Thank you guys so much for everything. Until next week, I am JD. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up on YouTube.com, and I will see you guys later on this evening for WWE Backlash 2016 official review and results. I'll talk to you guys later.